Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another Marvel comic review, and in this comic review I am reviewing MoonKnight by Jed MacKay, and as you can see this is the cover for this particular issue, and I must admit it is a very interesting story, this issue, as in this one another villain makes an appearance. We'll soon find out when it gets to the story part of the review and rating. So now let's jump to the cover rating. Does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside the story? Surprisingly it does, but it's actually towards the end of the story. And I think it's a nice little teaser as to what to expect, but is it in this great magnitude? I'm not going to reveal that little spoiler. You'll have to check it out for yourself. So for this cover, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'll now move into the internal art, which we'll see some art around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. And then it'll get its rating. Now this is some of the art around the beginning, to which you see Mark Spector catching up with his counsellor or his therapist. And of course after he's seen them. I'll now jump towards the middle, and in this part of the story, we are learning about a character that has gone missing. I'll be covering that character in the area of the story rating. And last but not least, some of the art towards the end. For the art in this story, I gave it a 7 out of 10 as I really enjoyed it, and it really worked well with the characters and also the story that was happening. I'll now jump into my story, or moving into the parts that help the story rating. So first things first, were there any references to any of the previous issues? No. Did it ruin the story rating to which I gave it? Not really, not much at all. The next area is that of time. In the story, we ended up getting the references to then and now, so making reference to the past and the present. The location, of course, taking place in New York City, and also connecting to MoonKnight's business. The cast of characters consisting of MoonKnight, Reese, Dr. Andrea, Soldier, and the person who we meet towards the end, being the villain that makes his appearance, by the name of Zodiac. And I must admit, this story was really interesting, as I thought that this issue was going to take us back to the character of, or back to the villain of Hunter's Moon, making his reappearance. Surprisingly, he didn't, but you know what, I enjoyed not actually expecting the villain to be who the villain was, but I should have suspected it by the title of the story. So that's an error in my part. So overall, I gave this story a 7.5 out of 10. The way this story is going, and whether this first arc is complete, I'm not actually sure that it is. There might be one more issue. We'll see what happens, because I'm coming to a stage to which I'm going to be dropping Amazing Spider-Man. And this actually seems to be one of the only things right now that I'm personally enjoying reviewing, not only on the channel, but also in reading. And this is why I'm sort of thinking maybe I might just drop ASM and just read this MoonKnight by Jed MacKay, which I'm presently enjoying. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming issues. And maybe it might lead to me getting up to issue 10. We'll see what happens. I've enjoyed reading and reviewing this Marvel comic on the channel. And I'd like to know, has anyone else been enjoying this particular MoonKnight? If not this MoonKnight, whose MoonKnight have you been enjoying? If it's Jeff Lemire's, someone else's, please let me know, because I might want to pick it up in trade. Well, until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.